guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany and you're watching. Today I have a really exciting video. I've been talking about this video for like ever, but I wanted to be sure that I was 100% certain of where these concealers fall. So today I'm going to be ranking all of my concealers that I have in my collection. I don't have that many concealers in my collection, but like I don't have like a few. I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 concealers. I don't go through concealers very fast, so I don't feel the need to buy more. So let's just jump into it. Starting with number 6. You guys are probably gonna be like, oh my god, really? Really? So number 6 is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I say that you guys are probably gonna be shocked with this one being low because I bought this. I remember I love watching yearly favorites, and that's how I choose a lot of makeup that I will be purchasing, taking a chance on. I like to do research before I purchase makeup. Everyone talked about this one and that it didn't crease and like all these good things. So I went in, just bit the bullet, bought this huge, I mean, how many ounces is in this? 0.5 fluid ounces. I mean, this is big concealer. Unfortunately, I don't like it. I don't like it because if there's one concealer that creases on me, it's this one. Now the coverage is okay. Like what I look for in a concealer, number 1 is don't crease on me. When it creases on me or settles into fine lines, which everyone says that if you have fine lines it's going to settle. I don't agree with that, which is why I prefer some other than over others. This one settles in fine lines so badly, and I want in my concealer to not crease on me, don't settle in fine lines, and to brighten. I don't really need that much coverage per se, like full coverage. It doesn't really matter to me just because like I don't have that much dark circles. There's not much to cover. So what I do like about this one is the applicator. I love doe foot applicators. I don't know if you can see that. I'll give you a swatch. I just don't feel like that is necessary. Should I? Let's just go for it. But yeah, this, I don't like it. I wouldn't recommend it. I'll never repurchase it. So number 6. Number 5, and this can be considered like a color corrector or brightener, but I use it as a concealer sometimes, and sometimes I like mix it. But even with that, I like it more than the previous concealer. So number 5 is this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. It says it's a corrector. I use it as a concealer. Like I said, I like brightening, and I like a concealer that doesn't fall into fine lines and crease. And I feel like this does a very good job at what I'm looking for. It can be very, very thick under the eyes, so a little bit goes a long way. And I love mixing this with concealers, but like I said, I can also use it on its own. Love that. I mean, I feel like I would repurchase that, which is funny because the next one, I would repurchase that not for just a sole concealer. I repurchase that for a mixing concealer, like a brightener. But number 4 is the Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. This shade range is just not there. This is, I don't know, it doesn't even say. I think it was like medium, but it's like 5 shades in the entire collection, maybe 6. I don't know. There's not a lot at all. And it was back with the skincare in Sephora. I heard, is it Ashley Caddy talking about this being one of her favorites. So I purchased it based off of her recommendation. What I don't like is the creasing and settling into fine lines. I do like the applicator. It's like a very flat applicator. There's a lot of product that comes on. I don't use this heavily because if I use it, like make the little triangle, then I find that it's like crease central. Like, no, absolutely not. I did pull this. This is the one that I'm wearing today, and I went overboard on my eyeshadow, so I had to go over it, and it covered it up. So I'm sure that it works well for like dark circles because it was able to cover up black eyeshadow. Yeah, I don't think that I would repurchase this one. just because like I don't think that it's like a product that I can't live without, but I will use it up and like I won't hate it. Like I'm not hating it right now, but like she's not my favorite. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Number 3. This is an oldie. Like we're talking about throwback. Number 3 is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is absolutely embarrassing the way that this looks. But I do think that's partially packaging. You can see I've almost used this up. Well, you can't really see. It's been sitting in my drawers like this. But there's like 1/8 of the product left, if that. So I like it for all the things that I told you that I like in a concealer. Like this is very repetitive. I don't see how people rank concealers and not just sound absolutely repetitive. But I like this because it doesn't settle into fine lines, doesn't crease as much as the ones before this. The pump is very messy. Like it's a pump, which can cause a lot of product to come out. It's a more lightweight formula. I don't know as far as coverage. Like I said, I don't have dark circles. I don't know how that would get you there. I like it for under the eyes, and I like it for like blemishes. I mean, I just really enjoy this when I pull it. So yeah, it's the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer number 3. Number 2, and I'll tell you, this has potential to take the number 1 spot. I didn't want to put it at number 1 because I haven't played around with it as long as the number 1. So I bet you guys can guess what I'm talking about. It's the Huda Beauty, the Overachiever Concealer. I got this once again on a recommendation, and my shade in this, it actually has the shade name on there, is Sugar Biscuit. I love this. Like I said, this has potential, and I'm pretty sure like in the future when I redo this, this may take a number 1 spot. The applicator on this, it has such a cooling effect on the eyes. It feels so good. But the coverage, she's overachiever. Like the name is absolutely correct. But it's like a heavy is probably a negative word. Like full coverage concealer. But it doesn't crease. Like at all. Like this is probably my least creasing concealer that I have, even over the number 1 spot. It brightens, it feels comfortable to wear, like setting it isn't hard, you know. I really love this concealer. This and the next one is the 2 that I will absolutely have to have in my collection. Like the other ones, even though I said I would repurchase the Becca one just for the color correcting aspect, I really don't know that I would need those in my collection. Like I might purchase the MAC Pro Longwear, but like I don't feel like I would need it in my collection. This I feel like I need in my collection. So yeah, number 2, Huda Beauty, the Overachiever Concealer. Number 1, if you've been watching my channel, you already know. If you've watched my Shop My Stashes, you already know. It is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm scared because I've heard this has been reformulated and it's not as good. This is an older one. If I didn't have the Huda Beauty one, I would have had to repurchase this. Like if the Huda Beauty did not be as amazing as it was, I would have absolutely had to repurchase this. Like hands down, like I don't know what I would do if this was not in my collection had the Huda Beauty not been brought into my collection, if that makes sense. This is the least, I don't know if I can say that anymore. This is one of my most least creasing concealers, and like I like the applicator. It doesn't have like a cooling effect or anything like the Huda one, but like the doe foot applicator, like it really works, and I just feel that it brightens. This was everyone's favorite like 2-3 years ago, and everyone switched to like my number 6 for some reason, but it might be because it's reformulated. Like I said, this is an older one. So if I buy this, which I'm going to buy this one, probably not this VIB sale, but the next VIB sale, just to make myself use these other concealers, just because this is in my collection, as you know, if you've watched my Shop My Stashes, I have a hard time not pulling this one. Man, I hope they didn't change that formula. Why would you change the formula? Like, it's so good. But that's the number 1, and the shade name is Custard. It's medium 1. She's all the way used up, and I do miss her, but like I said, I have the Huda, so I'm all right with it. But that is all my concealers. Like I said, I don't have that many concealers. I find that I use maybe 3 concealers a year, so I don't want to be wasteful, and I really want to try to go through some of these. So let me know in the comments below what your favorite concealer is. This is one that I really want to know. Like, not that when I ask a question I don't want to know your answer, but like this one, like, I'm listening, and I've got my pen out and I'm ready to put it down for the VIB wish list. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye guys.